Hey, what's up everyone out there? Welcome back to the channel, guys. CHILLSCISSORS is here, and oh man, I am so hyped right now, so over the top hyped for the Nintendo Direct that we just witnessed today. So I'm here to talk to you guys about the three games that I'm mostly excited about that were on the Direct today. So I know Legend of Zelda, we're all just gonna have to take a deep breath and calm down. It's gonna be okay. So Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm really excited about. Just opening up a can of I can't even put it into words, but I'm going to. So stay tuned. Later on, we're going to talk about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I noticed some things that maybe some of you may have not noticed in the trailer, but a lot of you guys are massive Legend of Zelda fans, so I wouldn't put it past you that you guys seen it as well as I. But let's go ahead and start off with the first game that I'm mostly excited about that was on the Nintendo Direct. So starting out, Metroid. Man, so I did not see this coming. Nintendo is so good about hiding things because this wasn't even on my radar. But I'm glad that it wasn't. I'm glad that I got to, watch it in the Nintendo Direct and just have all of that immersion of, all of those feelings come back together of why we love Nintendo and what they do and what they have done for us since most of our childhood. So back on topic, Metroid came out with this new 2D game that's coming out this year. I can't wait. There's even a collector's edition. I'll throw up a picture now. So there is a placeholder located on Amazon. It's not available for pre-order, so stay tuned for that in case you want to lock in your pre-order or try to snag up that elusive collector's edition. Let's talk about the collector's edition real quick. So the collector's edition doesn't look like it comes with much. It is going to be one that I'm going to be trying to snag up myself. Granted, the resellers and collectors don't snag them up before I do. But very cool nonetheless. It comes in a really cool, sleek box that would be awesome to display up on the game room shelf. As an addition, it looks like it comes with some cards. So it looks like just a lot of paper material, but the collector's market and collectors like me and a lot of you out there will definitely find value in this. So keep your eyes out for it. But back to the game, it looks very, very good. There was a lot of games that were struggling even on the Nintendo Direct side of showing off the game. Like they were just laggy and the frame rates were just garbage. But this one actually looked really good, really smooth. And it looks like they put in, like, I wouldn't say parkour, but just implements to make the game run smoother, being able to, run and slide underneath enemies and just keep on trucking, being able to bounce off walls and just, it just makes getting from point A to point B a lot more fluid, a lot more fun, a lot more immersive. I like the colors. I like the way Samus looked. The character models for the enemies were unique and different. Something different that I've seen in a lot of the other Metroids. So I'm excited about it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this Metroid. Was this something that you may have predicted? I know I did, and I've been, scrolling through forums, scrolling through all of my sources, and nobody saw this coming. It's not, I will say it's not what I wanted, entirely. I wanted a gameplay trailer from the next installment of the Metroid Prime series, but this is something that can tie us over and just draw us right back into the community of the Metroid series, just dipping our toe in. And I love the transitions. The transitions look great from going from the cutscenes to the 2D. It pans in and out. But it looks like they also implemented a lot of the counter mechanisms, being able to, whenever they swing at you, being able to counter attack. So I'm really looking forward to that. Man, I'm so excited about this. Nintendo Direct is exactly what the doctor ordered. It's been so dry out there. A lot of you know what I'm talking about as far as the content drought. We knew something was coming in this direct, we just didn't know to the extent. But this, like the Xbox, you know, that it was just firing on all cylinders. It was hitting everything that I had hoped for. You know, some of it you could take it or leave it, but for the majority, I got what I wanted. Any direct that has a decent amount of Metroid gameplay content, as an addition to that, 2 new and upcoming Legend of Zelda games coming out. We got we'll talk about that later, but we got a release date for some of those as well. But yeah, Metroid, really looking forward to this, Metroid Dread. Let me know again in the comments below what you guys thought about that. Moving right along, this one I'm actually excited about on a different degree than others, because it's a game that I've never actually played before. It's going to be the Mario Rabbids. I own them. They're in my collection. I bought them because they were, you know, they were Mario titles. I had full intentions of playing them and just never have. I know a lot of people swear by them. They say that they're wonderful, but I don't know why, but this particular one just drew me in. From the cinematic trailer that we got, you know, it drew me in. From the cookie characters, from the cutscene, that they're looking at the differences in the personalities between one character to the next. The fact that they're in space, it just makes it, because I love space exploration. So whenever I saw this, I was like, dude, that's right up my alley. Whenever they grab the guns and stuff, I have no idea about what that franchise is, but looking at it, I definitely going to be playing through some of the older ones to brush up on it and enjoy those, to see what it's all about right before this one comes out. But that cinematic trailer looked absolutely gorgeous. It was a good mixture between animation and live action graphical turn of events. But they showed a little bit of gameplay, a little bit kind of here and there, but for the most part, I'm really excited about this. I love the way it looks, and it might be one of the first ones that I complete in the Mario Rabbids series, if I don't get to one of the previous ones beforehand. So now on to the biggest topic. I was literally shaking whenever he said, oh yeah, we have one more thing, and you already know it's about to pop off. And he mentioned Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and gameplay footage, and as soon as he said that, the screen went black. I literally I couldn't contain myself. I was so locked and focused and just preparing myself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, ready for what was about to be revealed to me. And boy, did it deliver. There's a lot to be discussed about this. I might even have to do a whole other separate video on this, but the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, I don't know, man. They're in the sky, right? So like, it starts out, it shows a little quick cinematic of Ganon, or what we believe to be Ganon, and then something happens to Link's arm. So it looks like, you know, he reached in to activate or like touch something, and it looks like Ganon's hand is like took over a part of him. So like the Sheikah portion in Breath of the Wild is now implemented onto his arm. So like, no more holding down the button to activate your Sheikah Slate. That looks like that's a thing of the past. I did not see a Sheikah Slate 1 during the entire gameplay, but what I did see was that portion whenever Link reached over to touch something. But if you look at Link's nails, like, that's not his fingernails. That looks like that portion of his arm doesn't belong to his body. It looks like that is probably like Ganon's arm. So like, he's like a part of him now, or fused to him, but he uses his arm to activate the Sheikah powers. It looks like there's a reverse effect where he kind of puts his hand out and it reverses time, and the boulder goes rolling back up the hill. Super cool mechanics. And there's this portion where Link is fighting this enemy, and he has like this dragon's breath looking rocket thing. and he's like blasting him with his fire, just stuff that we haven't seen before. And this might be a little bit controversial, but that doesn't look like that is running off of Nintendo Switch's hardware currently. That looks like a next-gen console. That looks like it's either running on a PC or running on a different type of software. This does not look the graphics that can be achieved currently on the Nintendo Switch. So is it a Nintendo Switch Pro? Is it something named something else? Is it a Nintendo Switch and they're just upping their visual games? It looks to me like it's running on something other than the Nintendo Switch console. So we'll see in the near future. I've always said that Legend of Zelda is a console seller. We've seen it time and time again. Now, I would not put it past Nintendo to actually put that one on the roster for a day one launch for the Nintendo Switch Pro. I'll just call it the Nintendo Switch Pro for now. So, moving on with the rest of the trailer, you know, we see him bouncing between the ground world and the upper world. We got Skyward Sword HD coming out, so all of this stuff is firing on all cylinders. We see like portions of him where you don't know if you're walking up to that puddle that shoots you up, and that's how you get up to the islands in the sky. That would be cool if you could just do that on the fly, but it might make more sense for them mechanically to be able to find those puddles, and that's what shoots you up, and that's how you gain access to the islands in the sky. So not only do we have an entire world on the ground to explore, it looks like we have a whole new world to explore up above. I love that mechanic in Skyward Sword. I love Skyward Sword. It is one of my all-time favorite Zeldas. It's amazing. If you have not done so, then check out the previous, or just wait for the HD version to come out. But the only thing that kind of was worrisome was, and they still have, you know, plenty of time to touch on this, but it didn't show any, you know, buildings or NPCs or anything to interact with. It was a lot of empty space. Even whenever you were in the sky, looking over the buildings and the islands that were up there, and that's all it was. It was just kind of like floating islands or trees. I didn't see any NPCs, no buildings, no cities. I would love to see them build more cities since things have calmed down. Supposedly, we don't know, but hopefully they build more up. There's more NPCs to interact with, more stuff to do, more mini games, and more, you know, stuff like that. But Breath of the Wild 2, guys, you know that they're going to be coming out with a special edition or a collector's edition for that, as they did with the previous one. So hopefully they stay true to what they've done in the past and come out something that'll cater to us collectors. So we'll definitely stay tuned for that. But guys, I really enjoyed this Nintendo Direct. It's been a long time, just being completely honest, where I've been excited for anything up and coming. And this one just rekindled the fire for me for Legend of Zelda, but not only that, for Metroid, and just Nintendo collecting and enjoying Nintendo games in general. So after this Direct, man, I want to go out and I want to play a lot of Nintendo, and that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. Guys, as always, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts of the Nintendo Direct in the comment section. Let's hash it out as a community. Let's talk about everything that needs to be talked about. Was there something that you were looking forward to on this Direct that you didn't get? Was there something on this Direct that you didn't think we would get that we got? It could go both ways. But until next time, guys, thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace!